what makes a superhero truly unforgettable? Is it strength? Is it power? Or is it something far more human? Something that stays with us even after the story ends? Because when you think about comic book heroes, Tony Stark's confidence, Captain America's discipline, Batman's justice, Joker's chaos, they all feel extraordinary. But one character feels different. He feels real. And that character is Peter Parker, Spider-Man. But here's something strange. Spider-Man was never supposed to become the most loved superhero in the world. In fact, when his idea was first introduced, it was almost rejected immediately. Publishers had 3 problems with him. First, people were afraid of spiders. Second, a teenage superhero sounded like a bad idea. And third, how could someone with so many personal problems ever become a hero? To them, Spider-Man didn't make sense. But to Stan Lee, that was exactly the point. Because Marvel Comics in the early 1960s was struggling. DC already had Superman and Batman dominating everything. Marvel needed something new, something different, something that felt real. But instead of creating another perfect hero, Stan Lee wanted to create a human one. And that idea began the birth of Spider-Man. But here's where things get interesting. Spider-Man didn't come from a single moment of inspiration. He came from years of failed ideas. Early comic experiments with insect-like heroes, wall-crawling concepts, shadow-style vigilantes, all of them were rejected. But each rejection left behind something small, a piece of an idea. Until finally, those pieces came together. Then came the name, Spider-Man. Even that created doubt, because spiders weren't cool. They weren't heroic, they were feared. But Stan Lee wasn't trying to make something cool, he was trying to make something different. And then came the most important decision, the identity of the hero. A mask, not a face, no public identity. Because for the first time, the hero was not supposed to be someone you admire. He was supposed to be someone you can become. But even after all this, Spider-Man still wasn't the reason people connected with the story. Because the real story starts with Peter Parker. Peter Parker was not special. He was not rich. He was not powerful. He was not confident. He was just ordinary. A boy dealing with school pressure, money problems, social anxiety, and the constant feeling of not being enough. He liked someone, but couldn't express it. He wanted to be noticed, but rarely was. He was, in every possible way, relatable. And then one moment changed everything. A radioactive spider bite. But here's the truth. It wasn't destiny. It wasn't fate. It was random. If anyone else had been there, they would have gotten the same powers. Peter Parker wasn't chosen. He just happened to be there. And like most of us would do, he didn't think about responsibility first. He thought about himself. He wanted money. He wanted attention. He wanted to impress Mary Jane. So he entered cage fights. He tried to earn money. He tried to change his life for himself, not for anyone else. But then came the moment that changed everything. Uncle Ben's death. And the worst part? Peter believed it was his fault. That single moment connected power with guilt forever. And from that guilt, a new identity was born. With great power comes great responsibility. But this wasn't just a line, it became a psychological shift, because now Peter understood something painful. Every action has consequences, and ignoring responsibility is also a choice. But becoming Spider-Man created another problem. He started living 2 lives. As Spider-Man, he saved people. But as Peter Parker, he suffered. As Peter Parker, he tried to live normally. But as Spider-Man, normal life disappeared. And slowly, both identities started breaking each other. This is where Spider-Man becomes different from every other superhero. Because most heroes gain balance when they get power. Peter Parker lost it, and this created something deeper than struggle. It created an identity crisis. Who is he really? The mask, or the boy behind it? And slowly, that question started eating him from inside. At one point, he even gave up being Spider-Man. Because sometimes the thing that defines us the most is also the thing that destroys our peace. But Spider-Man's story is not about power, it's about conflict. Because even when Spider-Man wins, Peter Parker loses. And even when Peter Parker tries to live normally, Spider-Man is needed again. He can never separate the two. They are bound together forever. And maybe that's why Spider-Man feels more real than any other superhero. Because he is not perfect. He is not invincible. He is not above human struggle. He is inside it. Every failure he faces, every mistake he makes, every responsibility he carries, it all feels familiar. Because Spider-Man is not a fantasy, he is a reflection. And maybe that is the real reason he became the most loved superhero in the world. Not because he could climb walls, not because he could swing between buildings, but because under the mask, he was still just Peter Parker, trying to survive life, just like all of us. And that is what makes him unforgettable. Because Spider-Man didn't change superheroes by being powerful. He changed them by being human. And maybe that's the lesson hidden inside his story. That greatness is not about being perfect. It is about getting back up, even when life keeps breaking you down. And that's why Spider-Man will always matter. Because somewhere behind the mask, we see ourselves.